So we will be starting with indices and standard form. Your writing books, please. Are you all maintaining a different writing book? Half. Okay. Guys, it's better if you maintain a different writing book, but if you are using the same book half, also it's fine. Up to you, okay? Okay. Your heading indices. Sorry. Okay, guys, your phones should be inside. If I see anybody using the phone, it will be confiscated. Put it on silent. Yes. And no talking when the class is going, okay? So your main heading indices, or you can say index laws. Just copy this down first. First law. Anyone who knows the answer here? B to the power 9. Anyone who knows the answer here? B to the power 2. I will explain you. First, you can copy it down. What happens here? B to the power 30. What is B to the power 0 equal to? 1. How do we write B to the power minus 2? 1 over B squared. Good. Done? Anyone still copying? Okay. Girls done that? Okay, let's start. Done. Can you make it fast? Speed up. All of you know your square numbers and cube numbers. Yeah. What's the first square number? 4 or 1?
1.
1. Okay, 1 into 1 is 1. What's the first cube number? 1. Okay. So you since you all know you all can't use the calculator for paper 1, right? So you all need to know your numbers. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's start with the very first law, which is multiplication. So let's say we have x to the power 7 into x to the power 2 into x to the power 8. What do we call these x's? We call them the base. When it comes to index laws, if you have to apply these laws, always your bases need to be the same. For example, now here we have 7, 2 and 8. Whenever it's a multiplication, what's the operation we do? We have to add the powers. So when we add these powers, what is 7 plus 2 plus 8? 17. X to the power 17. If I give you x to the power 7 multiplied by y to the power 2, can we simplify this? No, because your bases are not the same, right? What about this? X to the power 3 multiplied by x. What's your answer? X to the power 4. Because when they don't give you an index, what's the index? It's a 1. What if it is x to the power 5 multiplied by x to the power minus 2? X to the power 3. What about this? B to the power 7 multiplied by e to the power 8 multiplied by b to the power 2. B to the power 9 and e to the power 8. You have to simplify whatever is possible. Okay? That's very simple. Multiplication is easy. Now, if we move on to division, let's say we have x to the power 8 divided by x to the power 7. What's the answer? It's just x because we don't usually write the 1. Okay? Because whenever it's a division, what's the operation you do? Subtract. Okay? If it is x to the power 5 over x to the power 8, sorry, 2. Same rule, but it's given as a fraction. That's the only difference. Here you have a division sign. Here it's a fraction. But you have to apply the same thing because it means division in other words. So for example, let's say we have x to the power 8 divided by x to the power 10. What do you think is the answer? X to the power minus 2. If I give you a, b to the power 0, what's the answer? It's always 1. You don't have to worry about what the content is because they can confuse you by doing this. Maybe I can give you 5x cubed to the power 0. But as you see 0, what should you write? 1. Let's say we have a bracket. Whenever we have brackets, what do we do? Multiply. What is 7 into 2? 14. If I have b to the power minus 1 to the power 3, b to the power minus 3. If I have x to the power 8 to the power 6, what is 8 into 6? So it's 8 x to the power 48. So your first law is multiplication, where you have to add the powers. Second law, division, where you minus. Third law, brackets, where you multiply. And your fourth law is when you have a 0 as an index. Your division, second. No division. Now look at this. If you get a negative index like b to the power minus 3, and they ask you to simplify or write it with a positive power, whenever it's negative, you can take it down and make it positive. Okay. What if it's like this? AB to the power minus 8. Well, how do I write this? 1 over AB to the power 8. Is that clear? So anything with a negative power, right? E to the power minus 10 should be written as, okay, so everyone is okay with making a negative power a positive one. You just have to take a switch their sides, meaning the numerator becomes the denominator, right? Now, what if you get a fraction this way? Let's say it's 2 over 3 to the power minus 2. You have to reciprocate your fraction. It becomes 3 over 2 and your power becomes positive 2. This 2 belongs to your numerator as well as the denominator. So your answer would be 3 squared divided by 2 squared. What is 3 squared? What is 2 squared? 4. Is that fine? No. Right. What if it's x over 8 to the power minus 2, and if I want you to simplify, what would you do? 8 over x. Okay, then 8 squared over x squared. And what is 8 squared? Is it 16? 64. Okay, 8 into 8 is 64. This is your final answer. Is that clear? Now, what about this? We have 2x to the power 3 to the power 2, and I want you to simplify this. You know this 2 belongs to this number as well as the x. Not multiply, power. What is 2 squared? 4. What is x to the power 3 squared? X to the power 6. If I change this number to 3y to the power 4 squared, what happens? Very good. This 2 belongs to the 3 as well as the y. 3 squared is 9. Y to the power 4 squared is y to the power 8. Is that okay with all of you? I've just tested you with 2 elements. You can get 3 or 4 as well. So let's try one of them. For example, 4x to the power 5, y to the power 2 squared. Now this 2 belongs to how many elements? First it belongs to 4, then it belongs to x, then it belongs to y. What is 4 squared? Then anyone who has a problem with this? No, when it's a letter, you just multiply the numbers. 5 into 2, 10, 2 into 2, 4. Anyone who has a problem with this? Okay, then what about this? 6 e to the power 3 divided by f to the power 10 squared. This square belongs to how many elements now? 1, 2, 3. So tell me the answer. 36. Is that clear? Any doubts? Sure? Right. Next one. Okay, before we move on to the next law, take your tools. Okay, guys, turn to page 2. Turn to page 2. Look at question number 4. Give me a minute. Try question 4. Stop talking. Okay. Okay, look at this. You wanted me to explain this again. So when you are given a question like this, you know this power belongs to 6, it belongs to E, and it belongs to F as well. So 6 squared is 36. 6 into 6. Then we know e to the power 3 squared means it looks like this. It becomes e to the power 6. And it becomes f to the power 20. Because 10 into 2 is 20. The same thing, but this time you have a division. Is that clear? Okay, right. Now guys, back to the tute. Okay, what did you get for the A? 1. What did you get for the B part? M to the power 8. Good. Okay, now could you please move to question 5B. Question 5B. Try that, please. Okay, in this question, it's a negative index. What's the first thing we do? Very good. We have to first reciprocate it. It becomes x to the power 8 divided by 16. And now your power becomes positive 1 over 4. What is x to the power 8 to the power 1 over 4? Very good. Because 8 into 1 over 4 is 2. What is 16 to the power 1 over 4? No. Put that 2. Very good. Okay, it has to be a 2. Don't think you have to do this. This is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. This is what you should do. And you must be wondering how it's a 2. Anyone who is wondering how it's a 2? How? Right. This is how you find that. Afshan, can you stop talking? Right. If you are wondering how 16 to the power 1 over 4 became a 2, try to change 16 to a base which will have a power of 4. What to the power 4 gives you 16? Tell me. 2 to the power 4 only gives you 16. That's why you need to know your cube numbers, square numbers, and even numbers like this. Won't the 4 and 4 get cancelled now when you multiply? So what does it become? 2 to the power 1, which is 2. If I give you another example based on that, now look at this. I know 8 to the power 1 over 3 is 2. Why? 2 to the power 3 only gives you 8. The 3's get cancelled and your final answer becomes 2. Same thing with this. If I ask you what's the answer for 27 to the power 1 over 3, we know 3 to the power 3 only gives you 27. Correct? These 3's get cancelled and your answer becomes 3. So for that, you need to know your square numbers and cube numbers. What's funny? Focus, right? Now what about this? If I ask you what is 16 to the power half, what's the answer? 8. No, darling, it's not 16 into half. Don't think you have to do this. This is wrong. When I say 16 to the power half, what into what gives you 16? 4. Okay? How do you figure that out? Let me show you. Now, 4 into 4 is 16. If your denominator is a 2, you have to check for 2 multiples like this. Let's say I give you 8 to the power 1 over 3. How many multiples should you check? 3. What into what gives you 8? So your answer is 2. What about this? 36 to the power half. Very good. What is 9 to the power half? What is 60? No. What is 49 to the power half? What is 64 to the power 1 over 3? 1 over 3. 4. Very good. Because guys, 4 into 4 into 4 only gives you 64. Is that clear? So I will be giving you a list of numbers for you to memorize for next week. Okay? Right. You have to be very thorough with that. Now look at this. Now you understand how the 16 became a 2, right? Okay. Move to question A. The same thing A. I want you to put a star mark here and write a point saying both sides should have the same base. Should have the same base. Both sides should have the same base. Done? Right. Now, if you look at question A, what's the base on the left side? 27. What's the base on the right side? Are they the same? Can we compare? No. So you have to change them in a way that both sides have the same base. We know 9 is equal to 3 squared, and 27 can be substituted with 3 cube. Very good. So you say 3 cube instead of 27 and rewrite your equation this way. Can you write it that way? Our goal is to make the bases the same. We know 3 to the power 3 gives you 27 and 3 to the power 2 gives you 9. Is there any other number I can use for the base, or is this the only possible one? Only possible one is 3. You will be stuck in these sort of questions if you don't know your square numbers and cube numbers. How many of you honestly don't know? So everyone knows. Okay, I'll be giving you a list today. You have to memorize it, okay? Because they have to be on your fingertips because you can't use a calculator, right? Okay, so 3 cube gives you 27, 3 squared gives you 9. What do I do when we have a bracket? We have to multiply. What is 3 into k? So I want you to write 3 to the power 3k equals 3 squared. 3 to the power 3k equals 3 squared. Now do both the sides have the same bases? Can cut it off. You can cut off the bases. What's remaining? 3k and 2. Now you have to do basic algebra. 3k equals 2. How do we find k now? Divide both sides by 3. So k equals 2 over 3. Yes or no? That's your answer. K equals 2 over 3. How to divide 2 over 3? How is that? Okay. So this is what happens now. I can't hear you. Don't try. You have to divide both sides by 3, right? Then you can cancel off this 3. Then what's your answer? K equals 2 over 3. Is that understood? Okay, guys, I want you to move to question 6. Stop talking. Start question 6. Whenever you see a negative power, what's the first thing we do? Make it positive. To make it positive, what do? Reciprocate. So x to the power 5 comes on top, 2x squared goes down. Before you start applying the power, can we simplify the x's? Yes, we can, right? What happens? You can cancel this off and this becomes x to the power 3. So I'm going to rewrite this as x to the power 3 over 2 to the power 3. What's the next step? Remove the brackets. How? This 3 belongs to x as well as the 2. What's the answer? X to the power? X to the power 9 divided by 2 to the power 3, which is equal to 8. Try question 8. Done? Yes. Okay, what's the first one's answer? 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. B part, 3x cubed to the power 2. What did you get? 9x to the power 6. How many of you got 9x to the power 6? Okay. You didn't get why? Yes. You're confused? Okay. When you're applying the 2, don't do this. This is wrong. Okay? You have to do 3 to the power 2. What is 3 to the power 2? 9. 3 into 3. Okay? Don't just multiply the numbers. Apply it as a power. Clear? Right. Part C. Did all of you reciprocate it first? X to the power 3 divided by 8 to the power 1 over 3. That is x over 2. Who got this? Right. Good job. For those of you who are getting confused with the denominator, maybe you can apply this step first. Then you can move on to x over 2. Okay, if you are getting confused. Anyone still copying? No. Question 10. Move to question 10. Start with question 10. Finished. Okay, what was your answer? 8x to the power 6. Very good. 8x to the power 6. The 3 belongs to 2 as well as the x. So 2 to the power 3 is 8. X squared to the power 3 is x to the power 6. That's how you get 8x to the power 6. No working required if you are good at it. Try the B part. Done. Okay, guys, whenever we have a division, I would first expect you to not do the reciprocal because we have a t square within brackets. This t square belongs to the numerator or the denominator. This t square belongs to the numerator or the denominator. If you are rewriting this, I want you to write it as 6t cube divided by 2t squared over 3. Sorry. Then what do we do when we have a division? We change it to a multiplication sign and reciprocate your fraction. Is that clear? If you have the t in the middle, will you know how to reciprocate it? No. That's why we write it along with the numerator. Now tell me if you can simplify the 6 and 2. Yes. Can we simplify the t's? Yes, right? T squared gets cancelled and only one t remains. So your final answer will be what? 3 into 3, 9 and one single t. Who got this? Nice. 9t. Easy. Too easy. Anyone still copy? No? Question 11. 36 to the power half. Guys, if it's 36 to the power half, we have to convert 36 to a power of what? 2. What to the power 2 gives you 36? So what is your answer? 6. Done? Five to the power minus 2, how do we write this? Very good. 1 over 5 squared. What is 5 squared? 25. So your answer is 1 over 25. Got this right? Yes. Try the B part if you are done. Try the B part if you are done. Okay. What do I do? What should we do first? Make the bases the same. Good. So should I change the 2? No. But then what should I change? What should I change? I have to change 8 to a base of 2. 2 squared multiplied by 2 to the power what gives you 8? 3. Change 8 to 2 to the power 3 equals 2 to the power k. When we have a bracket, what do we do to the powers? We multiply. What is 3 into 5 over 3? 5. Because 3 and 3 gets cancelled, right? When you multiply, these two 3's will get cancelled. So we have 2 squared multiplied by 2 to the power 5 equals 2 to the power k. What is the answer here? 2 to the power 2 into 2 to the power 5? Very good. 2 to the power 7. What is k, guys? Is that easy? Right. Guys, first of all, change the 8 to a base of 2. Because if it's not a base of 2, can you simplify? When everything else is a 2, and if only this is 8, can you simplify? No. So you first convert 8 to 2 to the power 3, right? Once you do that, 3 into 5 over 3 becomes 3 into 5 over 3 becomes 5. Why? Because the 3 and 3 gets cancelled this way. What happens? You can cancel the numerator and the denominator. So what remains there? 5. What is 2 to the power 2 into 2 to the power 5? 2 to the power 7. So when you compare both the sides, we know k is equal to 7. Okay? Try the 12th one.
कर 2-3 दफा रट्टे मारूंगा तो उसकी क्लास समझ आएगी। पता है कैसे बात करती है? गुड आफ्टरनून स्टूडेंट्स भी नहीं कर रहा कुत्ती ने।
Okay, guys, look at the board. What's your first step? You have to reciprocate and make it positive. X, Y, x to the power 5, y to the power 9. Akshan, stop talking. 9x to the power 7, y to the power half. Now the half becomes positive because you reciprocated. Before you go forward, guys, you have to simplify whatever is possible. X to the power 5 gets cancelled and this becomes 2. Yes or no? 5 and 7, what's the difference? 2. 9 and 1, what's the difference? 8. So this becomes 8. So you would rewrite this saying y to the power 8 divided by 9x squared to the power half. Y to the power 8 into half is y to the power 4. 9 to the power half is 3. X to the x squared to the power half is just x. Who got this right? Those of you who got it wrong, do you understand where you went wrong? Yes? Yes? Okay, guys, step 1. You have to reciprocate. So when you reciprocate, x5, y9 comes on top. 9x to the power 7y goes down. Yes or no? When you do that, minus half becomes plus half. That's the reason we reciprocate, right? Now tell me, can't you simplify x5 and x7? When you simplify, this becomes a power of 2. If you take it up, you want to write x to the power minus 2 on top. It's not wrong, but it's better to keep it as positive powers. Okay? Y to the power 9 and y, when you simplify, this becomes 8. Yes or no? 9 minus 1. Now, isn't this what you've arrived at? Yes or no? 8 into half is 4. 2 into half is 1. 9 to the power half is 3. Yes or no? Okay. We will move on to question 15. Start question 15. Don't take too long because it's very easy. 3 to the power minus 2 into 3 to the power 4. You tell me, what's the answer? Not that. 8, yes. Very good. How many of you got 3 to the power 2 as the answer? Which is equal to what? 9. Very good. Sorry? 3 to the power 2, which is equal to 9. 3 minus 3 to the power 0. What is 3 to the power 0? What is 3 minus 1? 2 easy? Part C. Y to the power half into 4y to the power 1 over 4. Now look at this. If I just give you a random example. 3, stop talking. If I give you a question like this, first you have to focus on the numbers or letters. Numbers. What is 3 into 10? What is x7 into x2? Is that clear? Even if I don't give you a number, this is what you have to do. For example, let's say y to the power 7 multiplied by 6 y to the power 3. What's the answer? 9 or 10? Who thought of this already? Guys, you know this, right? Because if there is no number, what's the number here? So 1 into 6 is 6. Now, can you please apply the same thing to this? Try. Okay, did you get 4y to the power 3 over 4? Who got this? Very good. How did I get the 3 over 4? 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 is 3 over 4. Because you need to add the powers, right? Is that clear with all of you? Okay. Eighteenth one A and B. 18th one A and B. Yeah. Yes. A and B. Okay, what is 3 to the power 3? What is 3 to the power 0? What's the answer? Who got this? Okay, good job. Next one. Before you apply the half into anything, I want you to simplify within the brackets. Can 9 and 16 be simplified? No, you can't simplify. A cube and a to the power 5, can you simplify? Yes, so this becomes a to the power 2. Can b and b cube be simplified? What happens to b? B squared. So let's write it fresh. 9b squared divided by 16a squared to the power half. It applies to how many elements this time? 4 elements. Okay, what is 9 to the power half? B. B squared into half is 16 to the power half. A squared into half. Who got this? Good job. Move to question 20, please. Question 20. Evaluate 1 over 3 to the power 0 minus 1 over 3 squared. What is 1 over 3 to the power 0 equal to? 1. 1 over 3 squared is? What is 1 squared? What is 3 squared? Now do you understand it's 1 over 9? What is 1 minus 1 over 9? Who knows that? Very good. 8 over 9. 1 minus 1 over 9 is 8 over 9. Very good. Because 1 is equal to 9 over 9. Simplify 27 over x to the power 6 to the power minus 1 over 3. What is step 1? Reciprocate x to the power 6 divided by 27 to the power 1 over 3. What's the next step? Is there anything for us to simplify within the brackets? No, right? So let's now multiply it out. X to the power 27 to the power 1 over 3 is 3. Done copying? Next question. Please move to question number 23. Question number 23. 9 to the power 1 is equal to? 9 to the power 1 is equal to? 9 to the power 0 is equal to? 10. Find n where 4 to the power n is equal to 2 to the power n minus 1. I told you whenever you get questions like this, what's the first thing that you have to do? The bases should be the same or equal. Only then we can compare both the sides. Should I change the 4 to a 2 or the 2 to a 4? 4 should become a 2. Why will it? 4 to the power n will change to 2 squared to the power n equals 2 to the power n minus 1. What should I do now? Multiply. It becomes 2 to the power 2n equals 2 to the power n minus 1. Why are you late? I have to punish you all now. Last chance, huh? Next time I'll punish you. What time is the break over? Keep standing.
Just 2 minutes extra.
What 2 minutes extra? What time is the class starting? 1:20. Last chance option. You always get punished. I hope you remember. Okay. First class, I'm giving you a chance. Not hereafter. Okay. Since the bases are the same, you can cancel it off. 2n equals n minus 1. Now you all learned algebra already, right? Tell me what should you do? Take all the letters to one side, all the numbers to one side. So let's bring the n here. If you bring the n to this side, what happens to the sign? Very good. Minus n equals minus 1. N equals minus 1. Who got this? Very good. Try question 26. Try question 26. Evaluate 3 to the power minus 2. How do I write this? 1 over 3 square. What is 3 square? Everyone got this answer? 125 to the power 2 over 3. This is the hack. When you get something like this, since you can't use the calculator, always focus on the denominator. Can you stop talking? Your denominator is a 3. Try to change this to a base of 3. 1 to the power 3 gives you 1 to 5. 5. Because only if you change it to a base of 3, this gets cancelled. Then we have 5 square, which is 25. 26. 120. No. 1 5. Okay, in this case, is your power negative or positive already? Should you reciprocate? Should you simplify within the brackets? Yes. So first let's simplify 2 and 18. That will become 1 and 9. Yes or no? A squared and a to the power 4 becomes a to the power 2 squared. B to the power 5 and b becomes b to the power 4. So if you are writing this fresh, b to the power 4 divided by 9a squared to the power half. This half belongs to b, belongs to a, and belongs to 9. Tell me what happens to the power of b? What happens to 9? What happens to a? Very good. Yes, that is just simplification. You didn't still apply the power. Okay? Now 27. Start 27. What is 9 squared? Minus answer. 9 to the power minus half should be written as what? 1 over 9 to the power half. Yes or no? Which is equal to 1 over? Who got this? Okay, very good. Reduce. Equal.
It's not that.
Not that? Where is the other? Question 29. First one is part of algebra. You have already done this. Question 29. Yellow t-shirt. Why are you talking? About the which work? You want to do it on the board? Okay. When you are simplifying this, you have to multiply minus 3 within the brackets, right? What is minus 3 into 2t? Minus 16. Minus 3 into positive 1? Minus 3. 8 minus 3 is? Who got this as the final answer? Okay, very good. 5 minus 60. Now you have to be very careful with the B part. It's a little different. You know this 3 here belongs to everything within the brackets, right? 2 to the power 3 becomes 8. X squared to the power 3 becomes 6. Y becomes very good. Divided by 6 x to the power 4 y to the power 4. Now you simplify. 6 and 8 becomes 4 and 3. X to the power 4 and x to the power 6 becomes x to the power. And this becomes a single y. So your final answer 4x squared over 3y. Try the 30th one. Find a to the power 2x. In this case, I want you to write this as ax to the power 2. It's the same thing, right? Do we know what ax is? What is it? 5. So now what is 5 squared? 25. What happens to the b part? A to the power minus x becomes 1 over ax. What is ax equal to? Please use this if you are wondering from where I'm bringing the 5, it's from here. Done? Yes? Any question? Sorry? No. Okay, I skipped few questions on the first page. Let's go to the first page. Guys, go to question 3. Try the A part. I'll give you 2 minutes. Question 3, A part. I'll give you 2 minutes. Finished. Do. Third one. What's your name? You. Jahid. Jahid, why are you constantly talking? Really? That it didn't seem like that. I'm watching you. Okay. What's your answer for K? Who got minus 5/2? 5/-2 or minus 5/2? Good job. Huh? So guys, what do? First we multiply the brackets. It becomes minus 2k equals y to the power 5. Since your bases are the same, you can cancel it off and start doing algebra. K equals 5/-2, which in other words is minus 5/2. Is that understood? Right. Simplify. Shall we start with that? Okay. What is x to the power 1/3 to the power 3? It becomes a single x. 2 to the power 3 is x to the power 3 is x cube. If you now simplify this, what does it become? 1/8x squared. Because when you cancel off everything on the top, you can't keep it empty. Therefore, we have to write 1. Okay? You can't keep it empty. So we write 1. Okay? That's all. Fourth one is done. Wait. Go to question 28. Do you all know what prime factors are? Numbers that can only be divided by itself, 1 and itself, right? Okay, is 4 a prime number? Akshan, shut up. Don't talk. You wanna talk? Am I blind? If you have a question, you ask me. Okay, is 4 a prime number? Why? Because it can be divided by 2, right? What's the first prime number? Is it 1 or is it 2? 1 is not counted as a prime number, so 2 is the first prime number. What's the next prime number? Next. 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 Is 9 a prime number? No. Very good. 54, write 54 as a product of prime factors. I want all of you to do this division. You all know this method, right?
Yes.
So first divided by 2, 27. Can I divide this by 2 again?
No.
Answer? Now again by? How do I write this now? 2 into 3 to the power? Is that understood? Okay, that's all. Then when you solve it, you will end up getting 54. Okay? So when they say product, you have to use the multiplication sign and okay? Find the smallest possible integer m such that 54m is a cube number. Now this is very interesting. Now look at this. If I tell you a is equal to 5 squared, is this a square number? Yes. Why? Because the power is a square. Yes or no? If I tell you b is equal to 2 squared into 3, is this a square number? No. This is a square number, but this is not a square number. I need one more 3. Yes or no? To make this square number, b has to be multiplied by what? Another 3. Now look at this. If I ask you 2 square into 3 square into 5 to the power 4 into 7. If I ask you if this is a square number, would you say yes or no? No. You would say no. This is a square number. This is a square number. This is also a square number. Don't think for something to be a square number, your power should always be 2. It should be 2 times table. It can be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on. So if I ask you, is this a square number? You should say yes. If I ask you if this is a square number, you should say yes. So is 5 to the power 4 a square number? Yes. Yes. Is 7 a square number? No. No. What's the current power? How much more should I add to make it another 7, right? I have to somehow make it a 2. So this entire thing should be multiplied by 7 for it to turn into a square number. Now look at this. I have 11 multiplied by 16 squared. Is this a square number? I should multiply this by what? Another 11. Yes or no? Yes. Then what about this? 3 to the power 4 multiplied by 5 to the power 5. Is this a square number? No. Yes or no? No, no? Okay. Is this part a square number? Yes. Is this part a square number? So this entire number should be multiplied by what? A 5. You understand? Now I'm changing this question to cube numbers. Okay, tell me. No. Wait. Is this a cube number? Why would you say no? Cube numbers means you should have multiples of 3. This is a cube number, this is a cube number, but this is not a cube number. To make this a cube number, it has to have another 7. Then what about this? 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 5. Is this a cube number? Then this has to be multiplied by? Did you understand? Sure? Sure? Now look at the question in your tute. Find the smallest, what is integer? Index is power, a whole number, okay? Such that 54m is a cube number. Now we already found factors for 54, right? 2 into 3 cube. Using what we learned now, tell me, to make this a cube number, this has to be multiplied by what? 2 squared. Yes or no? Yes. Understood?
Yes.
What is 2 squared equal to? Interesting? Okay, take that down. Yeah? Try the B part, please. Guys, you all know our usual class is on Wednesday, right? Only this week they swept. Next Wednesday you will have my class. Okay. Yeah, bring the same tutor. Do the B part. No. So Parla will do on Thursdays. I'll be doing on Wednesdays. Just for this week we changed. Okay. Root 27. Guys, whenever it's a root, you know the power is? What's the power? Okay. I think I didn't take you through that. I gave you the laws regarding that, but look at this, please. When you get root x, and if you want to write this as a power, it's x to the power half. When I give you cube root of x, what's the power? 1 over 3. Now look at this very carefully. Whenever you are given a root without a number outside, you need to know that it's always a 2. It's always a 2. Any number that comes outside the root is taken as the denominator. Any number that's inside the root is taken as the numerator. Why am I calling it a 1? Because there is no power. For example, if I give you x to the power 7 over 11, you will write this as a root. 7 comes inside, 11 comes outside. So how to remember this? Whenever you see a fractional index, it's always a root. Whenever you see a fractional index, it's always a root. Or whenever you see a root, it's always a fraction. Just interchange it that way. So for example, I give you 5 to the power 2 over 3. How would you write this? 2 comes inside, 3 comes outside. Then you don't do it. Okay. If I give you this, how would you write it? Tell me. Y to the power 9 over 2, because there is no number. When there is no number, it's always a 2. What about this? How do I write this? Clear? Right. I actually gave that in the note. Okay? In the laws, I gave that. So root 27, how would I write root 27? 27 to the power 1 over 2. No. Can I compare both the sides? Because your bases are different. How to change 27 to a base of 3? 3 to the power 3. 3 to the power 3 over 2 equals 3 to the power k. Therefore, k equals 3 over 2. Final question. If we have a negative power, what do I do? Reciprocate. 4 over 1 to the power 3 equals 2 to the power k. 4 over 1, should I write it as 4 over 1 or should I just write it as 4? Just 4, okay? What is 4 to the power 3? Or in other words, wait a minute. Let's say 4 to the power 3 equals 2 to the power k. Now let's not do that. Okay? Can we compare both the sides? I have to change the 4 to a base of 2. Change it to 2 square. Done. 2 into 3 is. Now what is k? Have a nice day, guys. See you next week. Take care.